No, put it down. We have to stop doing our day jobs so we can do one of our evening jobs.
You see, I was going to complain about that, but earlier Marguerite took a nap and I watched a movie I'm writing about for full length. By earlier, I mean it's 7. So anyway, hi, how are you?
Hello, good evening, everybody. Yes, I did take a nap, and I don't regret it, and it was wonderful, and I wish I was still taking it, just to be honest. I mean...
I love how you delivered that at the same time of voice Samuel L. Jackson and said, I'm glad he's dead. I hope he burns in hell.
Yeah, well, kinda, sorta, maybe. Hello, it's been a week. I'm punchy. The financial quarter ends in 3 days, and I'm very tired, and one of my teammates has COVID. So my team of 5 is down to 2, which is basically me and a half. So, yeah. Yay.
Yeah, I can tell you're tired when you do the yeah.
I'm very tired. Naps are amazing. I had a nap rather than play Baldur's Gate 3 today.
No gates have been bolded today. They may remain unbolded throughout the remainder
I'm
of the
standing
day.
in front of a gigantic vault that apparently contains treasures and perhaps also a person. And I have not known any further investigation into this fact because the bitch is tired.
Yesterday, I continued to wrestle with the fact that Starfield is a game perfectly designed to run on one PC and one PC only, and that is Lex Luthor's. And at one point, I had a fight with a bunch of pirates, which was basically a series of exciting postcards. And I got a bit sad because I was like, I really like this game, but if the fights are all going to be fucking impossible, I probably can't play it anymore.
And then
I looked at the settings and found one marked infinite.
and went, oh, maybe that's the problem. Right?
Next to the word infinite was the word resolution.
Yes.
Now, I don't have a bad computer by any means.
But you also don't have a quantum supercomputer.
But I am not Lex Luthor. Although I should maybe go on the cosplay list. I'm just saying.
You could do Michael Rosenbaum.
You could do Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on.
So, basically what I'm saying is the next time I play Starfield, the
Infinite shiny. Infinite.
Right, says it right there on the bottom. Delusions.
Why are we all so washed out yet again?
It's entirely possible it's just down to how life is at the moment.
That's slightly better, but now I can't see any of the notes. So hopefully we won't need any notes. What can I say?
When was the last time we needed notes? Do it on the night.
Do it on the night. Yes. Oh, we should talk about our fun geek weekend that we booked. Yes. So, as UK folks know, a few weeks ago, Dimension 20 announced live shows in Glasgow, Manchester, and London, and the London shows sold out programmatically instantly, of absolute no surprise to anyone whatsoever. But then they added another show, and we got tickets for that one. So we're going to see Dimension 20 in April on a Sunday. But then we also realized that a friend of ours in Glasgow found tickets to Brennan Lee Mulligan, and I don't know if Izzy's last name is...
My understanding is it currently remains Roland.
Lizzie Roland.
Because Izzy Lee Mulligan sounds entirely too 1970s Irish prog rock, and I totally back her choice in that.
Fine. But the two of them are doing Bigger, the long-promised two-man act thing. And so we have tickets for that on the Friday night. And then so we're going to make a whole nerd geek culture of it. We've booked our favorite hotel in London. We're going to go to their show on Friday night.
Tell them why it's our favorite hotel in London.
Because it's called the Courthouse. It's a converted courthouse that they turned into a posh hotel with big giant bathtubs that I love very much. And it's in Shoreditch, which is a little wankery, but there's a second one that's by Liberty in downtown, and it's not as nice. So we're going to Shoreditch. So we're going to have the Friday night at their show, and then Saturday, probably lots of our friends are going to be going to Dimension 20, and we're not, but we'll go have dinner with them instead. And then on Sunday, we'll go to Dimension 20. So we've booked this whole epic, geeky, maybe we'll finally get to a couple of restaurants we've been meaning to get to in London weekend. And it's in April, and it is my nice, carrot at the end of the stick, which is going to be the next 7
Bigger
months.
in particular is going to be great because there will be 2 hyper-articulate, mildly of size nerds, and also Brennan Lee Mulligan and Izzy Roland.
Right? I mean, who knew? So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a really good time. Because we still have no information about when we get to buy our house. And that's really sad and frustrating if we think about it too much. So we don't think about it.
Oh no, let's. I mean, if we're doing that, let's just,
Really? We're gonna do this?
Let's just rip the whole band-aid off.
Oh.
So both my parents, as many of you know who are on social media, currently have cancer. My mom is most of the way through chemotherapy. My dad continues to patiently wait for his diagnosis, which I really, really hope is just because it's not that urgent and not because there's no one to do the diagnosing. 6 months unemployed, basically as of today. And I'm probably I am putting down the job search for October. Because
you're putting down the job search, probably for the rest of the year.
Probably for the rest of the year. And I don't relish having to deal with that financially.
And we've been waiting for 3 months to get a close date on our house. And we still don't.
And we've been waiting for 3 months to get a close date on our house.
So you could say the ambient stress levels are high. They're really high. So having this like April weekend to look forward to is like very useful because it's like, oh, someday my prince will come, and it's a
when will my home
live
return from the
show
war?
in April.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. The short answer to what the heck with the house is the way that houses are sold in the UK, which is
first you must inscribe the contract on the same vellum that Henry VIII pulled from a boar in January 1722.
It is lengthy and complicated, and we don't need to get into it. But the short version is. 2023 is so fired, shiny. It is the rebuilding year, is the like most optimistic, neutral way I can put it.
Anytime I think of it, my brain says, yeah, this is a retrenching year. And it's always retrenching.
Retrenching. Yes, exactly. I know you love law nerdery, but don't explain how selling the No. I almost went into commercial real estate as my specialization instead of commercial, just contracts. And wow, am I glad I dodged that bullet.
To give you the most visceral kind of straight...
Don't go into it.
The coffee truck dude across the street.
Coffee. We live near a downtown area. There's a guy with a coffee van who parks right across the street from us. We are good friends. We see him all the time.
And we chat a lot. And a couple of times ago, I mentioned that we were... I mentioned we were in the process of buying a house. And then the last time we went, he asked how it was doing. We told him we were having trouble. And he was like, I can't talk about this because I've been through this myself. And you're nice people. And I don't want to use bad words.
But someday it will end. And that's you gave up. I don't blame you.
Don't blame you.
I know lots of people who are like, I'd give it up. It's just too much work right now. It is a freaking endurance contest.
Also, this is the weirdest piece of good news I can possibly articulate. I saw Expendables 4 this week, and it's fucking awful. Let me tell you why that made me so happy.
If you'll excuse me, I have a button for this.
Okay. Real quick.
Go get a real quick, folks. It's fine.
I often worry that I have no measure of discernment at all because of where I grew up and because
like everything.
And because I like everything. Because my good friend Kit Power described me as coming from a place of enthusiasm, where a lot of people come from a place of analysis. And I always worry that I just generally like everything quite a bit. I mean, to give you my secret origin as a movie critic, I would watch Deep Star 6, which is a terrible horror movie, far too young. And I did this in the same room as my dad. It finished, and my dad went, that was shit, and without missing a beat, I said, yeah, but the monster was a really interesting design. And lo, a movie critic was born.
Yes, very much so.
But the reason why Expendables 4 being useless, and it is useless, it is the rancid piece of filmmaking made me so happy, is I found an edge.
He always likes it when he finds something he doesn't like, because it reminds him he does have a degree of discernment. I'm trying to be polite here. There are things even you can't love.
There we go.
You know?
Exactly so. You know, and I mean, it was kind of the perfect movie going experience. It was Monday afternoon. I was in there by myself. An hour in, I realized I was doing my Italian lesson for the day.
Right, Hawkeye. You know it's useless when he stops calling it Expendables.
No funny title for you, movie. No. You know what you did.
It's hot garbage.
Yeah.
Save your money. But you did see the other zombie thing you watched while I was asleep.
Zomblocalypse, which is fucking lovely. It is partially written, directed by, and starring a friend I've known since university.
I'm going to sneeze.
It is three idiots in York, 10 years after the zombie apocalypse, who decide to make a movie version of the YouTube Zomblocalypse.
Zomblog, Lypse. I think it's pronounced like that.
Yes. Who decide to make a movie version of the YouTube survival blog they've been putting up for a decade. And to do this, they hire a crew via new post-apocalyptic crowdfunders offering perks like toilet paper and water. And what ensues is three idiots with no context.
Oh, that's really smart, though. Oh, that's cute. Very thematic and cheap. Stretch goals. I dig it. Totally dig it. Good advertising. +1 business. Go.
What follows is three idiots trying to make a movie whilst their crew is literally murdered around them. And a lot of people I've known for a very long time being covered in delightfully unconvincing gore, including at one point a dog supposedly eating a zombie's face and clearly chowing down on a really lovely piece of ham. It's lovely, it's really smart, it's really funny.
I think you're going to review it in full lid this week.
It's going to be in full lid this week.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are not signed up for the full lid, please do so. It's free. And it's positivity in your inbox on Friday at 5 to end out the week. And I have a couple of people who always tell me when the full lid is late, they're like, but that's my go home alarm. If you're late, I have to stay at work later. Don't be late. But there will be buy links in the full lid when the review comes out.
As well as the best alternate Friends credit sequence you've ever seen. But
Oh, no. Oh, that's right. I forgot what the play out is this week. We always end the full lid with a funny play out video. This week's is perfection. You will enjoy it. I'm terrified of zombies, so I will not watch this, but I'm excited to read the review. Fine. That sounds fantastic.
To give you an idea of the tone, there is an extended discussion about how Fast Zombies from 28 Days Later could not possibly work. And one of the main characters, Tony, says, yeah, there's no such thing as fast bastards. Bastards. And then, right towards the end of the movie, heralded by a clown nose, because one of them is a clown zombie. Sprinting zombies arrive, and Tony yells, bastards, run! And I was just like, I'm amongst my people. I'm amongst my people this evening.
So how does it rate compared to, like, Anna the Apocalypse?
That's like trying to choose between Chonko and Farkas. I would say Anna and the Apocalypse is more polished.
That's a reference to a dog's TikTok adoption video, don't worry.
Anna and the Apocalypse is more polished, but if you want a perfect double bill, especially around Christmas, Anna and the Apocalypse and Zomblocalypse
would go well together. Yeah. Excellent. What else is... I don't know what else has happened this week. I did meetings all weekend long, and now it's Wednesday, and it feels like nothing has stopped. But we're going to go out with a friend on Thursday, and a friend of ours from the U.S. is over, and we may be getting together with him this weekend, though he's here for 2 weeks of work, and he may just need to sleep. The one with Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, that would be...
Shaun of the Dead.
There you go. Had a cornetto earlier. Thank you very much. And then I just want to lie down and maybe sleep some more sleeps and boulder some more gates. That would be... It's only Wednesday, Zalia. I know. It's only Wednesday.
I had to double check earlier, and yeah, it is Wednesday.
All freaking day. Man, I can't wait to get to the end of the year. End of the quarter. Get to the end. I get to define what the end is when I get there. I say this is the end. I also slept like crap last night. So
yes, something fucking happened last night. We were both tossing and turning a lot.
So we're a little punched out. It's pretty early in the week for us to be punched out. But we're a bit punched out. So, chasing around the countryside, doing fetch quests that won't possibly turn into a Lord Pickwick the Vampire sounds delightful.
Hello, I'm Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm in no way a vampire. Sit down and get staked.
I'm so looking forward to Friday, because Friday night, normally we, wrap up the day, full lid goes out, we order a takeout, we watch something fun. I'm going to make pizza on Friday, because I want to make pizza, and we're going to watch...
The Baldur's Gate 3.
No, before that, the horror thing.
No one will save you.
No one will save you.
I discussed this briefly on Sunday. This is an almost entirely silent home invasion, alien invasion movie.
Which is apparently getting great reviews from people like Guillermo del Toro. So, gonna watch that. And then the voice cast of Baldur's Gate 3 has a 3-hour free YouTube TTRPG session where apparently Tav falls under some sort of curse or spell, and the babbling in Gale's case.
The murder children.
The murder childrens must solve it, and I can't wait. I'm like 3 hours of that over a homemade pizza on a Friday night. Perfection! It just sounds perfect. That is what I'm living for right now. Is that it? Is that all that's gone on? Oh, that's not all that's gone on this week,
No, it is not.
Is it? Look what else happened this week. Do you know how long he's been sitting on this?
I recorded
this last Christmas.
almost a year ago. I recorded this when it was snowing in London in December.
I'm surprised you didn't wear your podcast character shirt.
I should have
totally
done.
forgot to.
It was the most fun.
Where's the fan art part? So for those of you who are not familiar with Red Valley, the podcast, it is delightful. It is definitely got some content warnings. It has to do
they're
with...
very non-work safe.
It's a very non-work safe. Has to do with cryonics. Has to do with bumbling citizen journalists. And features Clive Schill.
Clive Schill is
enjoyable, greasy, Cockney cockroach totem you will ever encounter. I am going to adore him right up until his inevitable messy
fiery
end.
demise.
Red Valley's episodes are quite short. There tends to be 10 episodes per season. The episodes tend to be about 20 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
There is a tortoise, that is correct. So
it's a good tortoise.
It doesn't take long to get caught up. There are 2 mini-series that ran in between season 1 and season 2, which is Christmas themed, the first one. And the second one is called Clive and Let Die, and is a 2-parter featuring...
It should be pointed out, we backed the crowdfunder for season 3, and we backed...
I went the wrong place, sorry about that.
And by
you mean I'm a member of the board because I backed it.
One of the perks we got as a result was in Live and Let Clive. Clive insults the entire board by name.
Personally, I have a personal insult. It's so delightful. But yes, Alistair has a cameo in the first episode of season 3. And he was very excited about it because this is one of our favorite shows. You got killed off in horrible circumstances. Love it. Well done, Ducky. I love it. Live and Let Clive sounds like a dark side detective case. I love it. Right? I'm also waiting for Netflix and Shill to happen at some point. That hasn't happened yet. It's kind of like the way I'm terribly impressed that we got through how many episodes of...
20 episodes of Starstruck Odyssey.
Let's see. And they never... Flying a spaceship shaped like a hot dog.
Called the worst, and they never made a hot dogging joke. Never once. So I don't know if, Netflix and Shill is going to make it into season 3 of Red Valley, but I hope it does. So if you'd like to catch up, please do so. It's a great show. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to do so. It is very near and dear to our hearts. It is smack in our sense of humor. It's bleak and hopeful and hilarious. And Alistair got to be in episode 1 of season 3, and it was great. It was legitimately good.
Right, Goblin? Getting a cameo in one of your favorite shows is like, it's so good.
Yeah, I think Mentopolis or Coffin Run might be on next.
Well, now they've apparently announced season... What have you done?
I have a lot of dead skin in my thumb because I burnt it really badly that time. I burnt my finger really badly.
Because you were cooking, yes. But they've announced, the junior year of the high school game, and I'm like, I haven't watched any of the high school game yet. And we saw the trailer for, what's it called, Burrow's
End.
AKA Emotional Devastation, Thy Name is
Ugly
B20.
Sobbing by 60 Seconds.
We were crying through the trailer, folks. Through the trailer. Brennan is playing the mother of the other players.
Dead
I'm like,
dead by the halfway
God, he's
point.
going to get Disneyed. Oh,
Dead by the...
Oh, no.
He might not make it out of episode 1.
Oh, so we still have a lot of Dimension 20 to get caught up on. Oh, no. What a horrible situation to
That
be
is a
in.
fantastic idea. I really like that.
I have the zombie movie idea that presents itself as typical by the numbers apocalypse. But as the movie goes on, the zombies are increasingly acting less and less like traditional zombies. Headshots stop working. They move even when reduced to skeleton. Bite and infection are inconsistent. And the plot twist is that it's actually a bunch of necromancers making it look like a zombie virus to build their army of the dead in plain sight without anyone looking for them. That sounds pretty cool. I like that idea. That sounds like a very fun idea. It's like me. every time I encounter somebody, and then all of a sudden there's this line of dialogue, and I'm like, you're not who you say you are, and then all of a sudden you're the hack I killed 3 acts ago, or you're, the murder death goddess. Oh my god, there's the funniest TikTok I've ever seen. Like, I was laughing so hard Alistair came into the room. It was this woman talking about a character in the 3rd act of the game that you will have to encounter and deal with, who is just dressed to the nines, like so impressive. And the person doing the TikTok is like, you do not walk into combat with this woman looking like Optimus Prime at a birthday party, all right? Where you bring your game. If Halton doesn't have his titties out in your party, you're doing it wrong. And I'm like, okay, I think I may have to reassess what I'm wearing to this combat. I feel
related priorities I need to look at.
To be fair, the suit of armor that I'm currently in with my dwarf paladin is seamed or clipped or something, because like the armor doesn't lie correctly over her chest, so it looks like her tits are out, even though I don't think they're supposed to. But I need to fix that, is what I'm saying. I need to bring my style game, as well as my no, you can't turn invisible, don't you dare run away game for this particular fight.
There is a magic item that allows you to basically instantly teleport, but you lose your outer layer of clothing.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I
new.
forget what it was called, but I came across my Twitter feed earlier today because someone read the description of it and tweeted something about, I've never read the description before, and I now understand why this character keeps showing up in fights nude.
Interesting.
It teleports you, but not your clothing.
Very interesting.
It's basically Skynet from the Terminator.
By the way, Goblin Dropout is $40 a year or $5 a month, and it is
ludicrously good value.
Ludicrously inexpensive. Amazingly good value, and a great deal of the older content is on YouTube for free, intentionally. So there's a lot of the older stuff you can watch, but if, like me, you want to keep up on the new stuff, not a huge and hideous investment of cash to do so. Yeah, regionally, I don't know what you can do, but it might be available. Like when Dewey gets the power of teleportation on the boys. Oh, it's teleport person, but not clothing. Interesting.
Blows my mind that that's Boimler.
On the boys.
Yes, Dewey.
Oh, crap, I just made that connection.
He's also the voice of Superman in the new cartoon.
I knew that, but I hadn't made the Dewey Boimler.
Yeah.
That's the hair.
It's the hair.
But it's not purple. Why isn't your hair purple? It's supposed to be purple.
It's the hair and the eternally panicked boy child energy that he has.
Yes, the eternally panicked, covered in gore boy child energy is very valid. He's also really, really tall, isn't he?
6'5"
Yeah,
or something.
he's like just this tall, rangy guy. All right, have a good one, Hawkeye. Take it easy.
Best of luck,
We
Hawkeye.
should probably take our little ad break and
All right, go on then.
and get ready to actually run the game, because we've nattered on for close to half an hour. And that's any more zombie movie ideas? I mean, who doesn't have a zombie movie idea? It's
I had a
almost
zombie
October.
tabletop game I wanted to run, which would start off as an absolutely bog standard NYPD Blue style police procedural. And you'd have like the forensic pathologist and the crime scene folks and the uniforms and the 2 homicide cops, and then the victim stands up, and then something on the street outside explodes.
That sounds fun. Dun dun! Yeah, that's the credits, right? There's your cold open.
This week on Law and Order. Oh, fuck! You know?
Yeah, that would be a good one. Okay, folks, why don't we take a quick 3-minute ad break, and I will get the game fired up.
And now, commerce.
And now, commerce. Ooh, I like that. That works well. It's better than saying contents.
Retail opportunity.
Yeah.
Retail opportunity. Retail opportunity. Retail opportunity.
You didn't stick the landing.
Was deliberate.
We need Tim. Tim, we need a retail opportunity jingle for our stream. Please and thank you. But in the meantime, we'll be right back.
have sound.
I was like, well, that's fine. Hold on a second. I was like, let me load in the game so we can see what's going on. You don't have it because I was right here.
Meanwhile, outside, in the rain.
Yes, hold on. The sound does not appear to be working. Yeah, hang on. Yes, it does. There just isn't any, right? I loaded in the game. I'm like, where were we? I'm like, we are standing in the rain. That's where we are. Isn't this terribly exciting? Oh, hold on a second. Let me get my, so people know what it is we're actually playing. Thank you very much. So, I'm trying to remember what it is we have to do.
Expiobule. High workman for the excavation.
Oh, that was right.
The Bakewell puddings to look
freaking Bakewell puddings. So we brought the flour to the lady at the church. And do we now have Bakewell puddings? Yes. Yes, we do. We now have Bakewell puddings. So we can go back to Lord Fancy Pants' place and be like, look, I've got your fucking cake. Give me your workforce so I can go get myself killed, please.
Let's teleport our follower of Sappho and her sensible shoes.
Right, but let us quickly do a reminder about what it is we are playing. We are playing the Excavation of HOB'S BARROW, which is voiced by the same voice actress who does Karlach. So if she doesn't start dancing or humming every once in a while, I'm a little disappointed, gonna be honest. The game has content warnings for phobias, death and dying, horror themes, mental health and trauma, sexual themes, sound effects, socio-political themes, violence, flashing lights or imagery, and jump scares. Just as a reminder, you can catch up on previous installments of the game at the link provided in the chat. And we also have a dramatis personae, which Zolia and Ducky and Wendy. No, Wendy, you don't have to do anything. I'm just saying your name. Keep up to date as we go along encountering these various fools. I should really look at this really quick. It's been a bit since I've looked at it.
It's the dramatis personae.
Yeah. Mrs.
There's a lot of people in
There's a lot. What's a slimy man supervising a trio of woodcutters? Eunice. Mr. Bridenscote. Not Satan. No, sir. I take it.
There's a lot of characters in this thing.
Oh, the posh painter's dog is named Sydney. Oh, well done, folks. You've done a great job with the dramatis personae.
A remarkable amount of them are voiced by Shogo.
Hello, Wendy. Goodbye, Wendy. I'm sure a lot of them are voiced by Shogo for sure. It does have a pretty large cast, actually. I'm impressed. So, we now have Lord Fancy Pants' fancy cakes, and we're going to go back to his house and give them to him, and then maybe stab him. I don't know. We'll see. Map. Let's go to...
Become undeliverable.
Oh, look!
Eastern Road.
We now have filled in all the locations. We should go back to the Eastern Road and investigate. What could happen in the rain? I mean, come on. Let's go investigate. Here it is, the Eastern Road. I'm going to hold down the spacebar and see if there's anything here.
I didn't notice the purple flowers before.
They were with him, yes.
That's a polite way of saying tied around him.
Bakewell, 32 miles.
Is that why they're all Bakewell tarts?
Yes.
We're 32 miles from the town of Bakewell. I've been to the town of Melton, where the Melton
Mowbray. Home of pork pies.
Beauty really was in complete isolation before the railway line came in.
Yes, it was. All right, there's nothing else here to see.
Might be a reason for that.
All right, to do. No, not the to-do list. Go back. We want to do the fast travel, please. Not the menu. All right, we now have filled in all the locations. So let's go to the manor where I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Oh no, he's waiting for us.
Oh shit.
The vision returns.
Slap him, then kiss him.
I come bearing gifts.
Here we go.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. de Plancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
Bakewell tarts are not my thing. They're Alistair's thing. But he tends to pick the cherry off the top of them, and I eat those.
You are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
Amusing creature?
Amusing creature. Later I may hunt you for sport.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly.
Well, yes, I do, you lazy git.
Of course I would have lent you my men either way.
Well, you might have told me that before I went to all this bother.
I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
A cake, yes.
Share a cake with
Share
you.
a cake.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewley to fulfill my every whim.
Really? Because that tone of voice implies that's exactly what you enjoy.
He's serving Tim Curry energy.
Right? Cake's sharing his third base. He is a creep.
Or do I?
You did not, sir.
I do not find this amusing in the slightest.
My sensible shoes are thoroughly damp.
You have no idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you.
That I'm willing to commit a little breaking and entering?
Tenacity.
Sure, that's what we're calling it.
Even in the face of something you know to be absurd.
I feel like this was an audition.
Don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case, I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting...
Rub it in his face.
Oh, why not? I should get a cake out
Here's
of
the
this.
fucking cake.
Why not?
Splendid. I'm glad the rain doesn't put you off.
I live in England!
Choke on it, Tory boy.
You're off. You're being bifurcated by the camera.
Drinking tea and being
You
discreet.
live a little dangerously, don't you, Thomasina?
Did you just ask me if I liked to live dangerously? While eating cake?
Let us stroll to the back.
That sounds nice.
It is pissing it down.
Romance on the moors. A little rain never hurt anyone.
We walked side by side down to the beck, his hand occasionally brushing my own.
This is moving very fast.
Despite Lord Panswick's entertaining company, I had an overwhelming feeling that time was being wasted.
Why was time being wasted? He's Tim Curry and Matt Berry. If all their roles' sleaziness was distilled and separated from any charm. Yeah.
Jackie Daytona.
There's a whole song about the Moors killing people, right?
Those cakes down by the beck, and as he attempted the most charming lines he could muster upon me, I only had one thing on my mind.
Stabbing him.
Father,
Really? Honey, you need a therapist.
could he be saved from his suffering? Was the answer to be found within HOB'S barrow? I ached to find out.
You need a hobby.
I didn't even notice the taste of those famous puddings. Seemingly disheartened by my lack of enthusiasm, Lord Panswick soon marched me back toward the ruined chapel.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow.
In the rain.
What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
HOB'S barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
The daily participle. Your English teacher would be very unhappy.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me,
I'm wet.
I'll see you later.
Hi. I'm wearing 5 layers of wool and they're all completely soaked with water. This weather has given me anxiety. I'm getting a cold just from looking at this.
See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help.
Why don't you wrap up right now so I can poke around in here while everyone's backs are turned? Okay, or not. Ooh.
Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. It's getting dark and cold. Time to head
Yes.
back to the plough and furrow.
Well, time to walk across the moors at night with no light source in the pissing rain. Again.
Oh yeah, let's take the long way for sure. Let's totally take the long way. Has anything changed? Doesn't look like it. No. What was it? Tab? Space? I thought it was space bar, but there's... When I hold space bar, there's nothing left. Exit. Oh! 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 Owl!
I don't wish to disturb the owl.
Why not? Hello, little guy.
I don't wish to disturb the owl.
Oh, he makes noise.
Hmm.
I mean, I think she's doomed by the narrative, for sure. I like this music.
We have the score to this, by the way.
Yeah, I think I just haven't loaded it up yet because I haven't finished the game. And I'm weird that way. Wander back into town.
Oh, the murder fogs.
Mr.
Wait a
Lucas.
fucking second. Why is there a light on in the Tinker's place?
Wasn't there last time? And there was just...
Although it's probably just Mrs. Duplanty.
Right? Go away.
No one here.
Oh, there's someone there. They're just upstairs. They're not going to answer. Is anybody funky hanging around? Excrement.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Oh, what is Panswick doing here?
Stanley, my good man.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
Sus.
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow.
Sure, that's what you're doing.
I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
Oh dear.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewley. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
Everybody's kowtowing to this guy.
Dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink.
Oh, sure. That never went wrong. What? Oh, yeah. So he can cross running water if he's made it into town. If he came in the same way I did. That's for sure.
Or
Although,
just bat.
or bat, because it's nighttime now, you know?
Fuck this.
Welcome
Bat.
antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Why are you relying on the bartender to hype you up and say you're not creepy?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
Have you guys heard of power dynamics? We'll have one. Why not?
Why not?
Splendid. You heard the fair lady.
Holds a pint. There we go.
There you are.
Thank you.
Everyone, raise your glasses to Miss Bateman.
Everyone, I'm in charge. Do what I say.
May she conquer HOB'S Barrow and find all that she desires.
Oh, such loaded phrasing. Oh,
Hip hip.
Hooray!
oh
You
gosh.
don't wish to join me in a beverage?
Oh no, dear. I only drink blood.
Oh, you go ahead, my dear. Alcohol does not sit well with my constitution.
Does. So sus.
Thank you, your lordship. I needed that.
I aim to provide you with whatever your heart desires.
Oh yeah, he's
Huge,
still
you.
totally a vampire.
I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at HOB'S Barrow in the morning.
You realize it's a 4-hour walk from here, right? I'm gonna have to get up at
Thank you
dawn.
again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves.
Oh,
Mr. Shoulder.
oh, very cold.
Your lordship.
Oh dear, what was that about? What was that about, Leonard?
Hello
Leonard.
again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
Nothing new to talk
Thank you for your
about.
time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. We will speak more later.
Oh yeah, there was very
Will
much
we?
a cold shoulder there. Who are these people? Oh, this is the lady who was selling earlier, and here's Drunky Magoo.
I'd like to avoid speaking to her. Maybe she didn't notice that I swapped the herbs, but it's not worth the risk.
Fair.
She's a punk ass motherfucker.
I'll leave those two to their conversation.
How are you, Cyril?
And Cyril?
Fuck off.
Here, leave me be, lass.
Very well. I'm not gonna get drawn into conversation.
Anything else to talk?
No! Oh, I'll talk to Arthur.
Hi, Arthur.
Oh, he's gone.
Seen her.
Arthur?
I've remembered something.
Have you?
Have you now?
What is it, Arthur?
Not here.
Oh
For the
dear.
love of fuck.
Me outside. In the alley.
I swear to God, if he makes a pass at me, I'm going to kick him.
I'll go out through the front. You go out through the
Stinking
gents.
drunk, but let's hear what he has to say.
We
I
must.
don't need to use the filthy lavatory.
Oh, fine. Anything else to say, Stanley? If I'm not back in 20 minutes, come get me.
You've changed your tunes, Stanley. An exciting time for Bewley. I thought you didn't want me to excavate Hobbs' Barrow.
Good observation.
Well,
You know, his lordship's here, and I have no spine. Yeah, exactly.
I have to kowtow. I have to do before a lot.
aye. What can I get you?
Justice.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Bye then.
Please don't steal the horse. What is it you want, Arthur?
Dead in the alley.
What is it?
First of all, I must apologize to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, there were a man in the loo.
Okay.
And
A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
I can't remember.
I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about.
Huh.
It was a drink, you see.
Sure.
I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
Yes, Arthur. Yes, you are.
No, you're not, Arthur.
yes, you are.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what you were on about.
Oh?
In your own time.
Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited, I concentrated, and it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
I'm waiting for the horse to kick him.
Me
It's
too.
all right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
Ooh, flashback. Passed out in the woods, it looks like.
Hurry now, Leonard.
Mmm.
I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes, yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health.
Mmm.
Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Mm. I mean, where else are you going to pass out? If you pass out in the village, they see you. If you pass out in the woods, they're not going to see you.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days.
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No, no, no. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea.
The idea of bloodletting?
She will laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
No.
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something?
Interesting. But now we have to decide if we're going to...
A moonlight tryst.
Oh my god! Fuck off, Fanswick!
After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Yeah, Arthur's dead. He's gonna get killed.
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle.
Oh shit, son. 8-bit shepherd hip, look.
Oh, she's not happy.
I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standing.
Kick him!
It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, for I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
You're not gonna take the horse? You're gonna leave. No, the horse belongs to the guy, the musician, doesn't he?
Yes.
How you doing?
What do you think, girl? How can I make sense of all this? I'll be glad to be back in London with a good book once this is all said and done.
Follower of Sappho.
Zoolinguist. She's a good listener. I'm sure she is. So all my equipment's still
I
here?
wish to carry around my heavy excavation tools.
Alright. Arthur's gonna be dead tomorrow. I just know it. Anybody else lurking around, or can I call it a night now? Nobody else is lurking around. Let's call it a night. Maybe not the barrow, maybe in the chapel. Poor Arthur, right? Oh! Hang on. Creep. Oh, look at Cyril! Look at Cyril! He's got his ears covered! I don't think we can skip this. There's people leaving. Okay, jump scares, folks. He's singing about a prophecy.
I kind of love how they're just steering into this being an incredibly anachronistic piece of music.
Right? This isn't skippable. There's nothing I can do. I do too. It's not subtitled. Oh, see, I'm a huge fan of anachronism, especially when it comes to musical presentation in a period piece. Witness A Knight's Tale being one of my all-time favorite movies.
Or there's a recurrent thing through Westworld
down a little
where
bit.
a couple of songs are arranged in the style of the theme park you're in.
Exactly. Freaking
And
love that.
the feudal,
Bridgerton, yep, got all those soundtracks.
the kind of feudal samurai era version of Castrol's Everything Around Me by Wu-Tang Clan is astounding.
Again.
Try Escape.
No. Ooh. It just cuts to us being asleep. Interesting. Oh, another dream. The creepy purple sun. All right, we're saving the game. Save. Give me my menu. I want to save.
No save for you.
No save for me!
you.
Oh! His music sends you into a trance. I wonder if he liked the little blonde girl on the moors. Are not maybe all that he seems to be. I like how slow she walks. Maybe we're going to encounter the goblin. Yes, we're going to encounter the goblin
Hey,
again.
little fella.
Hey, Hob.
So, Thomasina.
He sounds kind of like Arthur, doesn't he?
Yes.
The journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
I think it does.
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again.
So we're going to have to pick a side, aren't we?
We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it.
Why?
All because the people of Bewley had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, we're not.
Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state, stuck in this limbo.
That tracks. Victorian guy not doing the homework. Yep, that tracks.
As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years?
Hey, Herman.
You need to enter this barrow and undo what your father did. The spell must be undone.
I think that's kind of my personal goal, is let's undo whatever my father fucked up.
Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
But how do I...
Blood.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I think I'm feeling like we're gonna help the little goblin man here,
I
yeah.
don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done.
Okay.
When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do.
Cool.
Time is short. Your father and I grow weaker by the hour.
And why is that all of a sudden?
Go. Save your father.
So to be clear, we are very much team help the little gobbo do gobbo crimes, possibly unleash a sleeping elder god, because everyone in Bewley was mean to us, right?
And because I don't want to help the Tory. Because I think that's my alternative.
Yes.
I must undo what has been done.
It worries me. That's all you remember from the dream.
Father, I'm coming.
Uh-huh. Alright, please let me save. Please, please. No, it doesn't let me save. Got a musical instrument. Got 2 stones, but isn't there supposed to be a third? I haven't found the third. I hope that's not an issue.
Is it not the one directly above the doorway at Lord Cumberbatch's manor?
Probably.
At Cheekbone Mansion.
Cheekbone Mansion. Alright, save. Team Gobbo!
I've stored my case in there. A box within a box.
Everyone would trust a goblin, right? Very much so.
I don't wish to carry the bowl.
Fine. Oh, here's the key!
Herbert? How did you get in here?
He's a cat. Aww.
The cat one.
Hello.
Look at that little guy.
Hi, sweetie.
Look at that big chunky puddle.
Big chunky baby.
It doesn't matter anymore. I've got much more important things to get on with.
You didn't even pet the cat. How rude.
Everything's been
Talk to
supernatural and
animals,
weird,
lady.
but I
Come
don't
on.
care
I will
anymore.
never play Baldur's Gate 3 without the ability to speak to animals. Never. Never, ever. I derive entirely too much joy from it. All right. Onward. My breakfast, please, Stanley.
Good morning. Stanley?
Ah, Miss Bateman. Mr. Shoulder left a note for you.
Oh, dear.
Thank you, Stanley.
Thank you kindly. Meet me at my home as soon as you read this. There is no time to waste. Leonard. I'm going
Sure,
through my
we'll be there in 2
excavation.
days.
Fuck off!
Oh, there were a key with it too.
Were there?
Let's see what my to-do list says now. Urgently.
I am crushed that the game does not have. Do you want to do 2 days of arbitrary fetch quests so that Leonard could sit on his ass as an option?
Miss Bateman,
What's happening?
thank you. In the name of God, leave this town.
This escalated quickly.
What on earth?
Father Roach, what is the meaning of this?
There's nought for you here, lass. Clear off.
I beg you, Miss Bateman.
You know what's going on, don't you? Cyril, you snitch!
Father Roche, Mr. Farnaby, here to wish Miss Bateman good luck for her excavation, gentlemen.
Am I heck?
Mr. Kemp, you know.
An excavation strongly supported by Lord Panswick, no less.
I wish you well with your findings, Miss Bateman. May the Lord strengthen you and guard you from the evil one.
Yeah. Little children, guard yourselves from idols.
Good luck, Miss Bateman.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Cyril?
Yeah, I liked her. Thank you. What's happening? So what do we think this is? Do they know that the excavation's gonna go forward tomorrow and Cyril and the priest are like, God, no, please.
May I share with you my theory?
Please, share with me. your
Everything
theory.
we've been told is true. It's just twisted a little bit to the left. I don't think the goblin was responsible for the bad harvest. I think shackling the goblin to HOB'S barrow has ensured good harvests.
And they don't want the status quo upturned, especially when it involves dealing with devils. And, if it was chained in the past, who cares?
Cyril, being the one person looking out for you, would track with that.
But he's not looking out for you. He wants you to just not touch anything and leave.
Which is this instance.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Yeah, or they
notice
could
our fast travel's now missing.
or they could be goblin racists. That also.
Yeah. So we have to do this the manual way. They're not going to let...
Case to Mr. Shoulder's residence.
Okay. I just have to remember how to get there.
I must make haste.
Oh, well, let me go that way. So I have to go through the church.
We have in fact completed all fetch quests now. It is now day 3, and we have been summoned urgently to Mr. Shoulder's house. And I am gutted the game does not give us an option to wait 2 days before showing up.
Yeah, look, it's gone. I've got my to-do list, and I've got the menu, but
Has the center of the circle been recently disturbed?
is the crow dead?
That's a dead
Poor
crow.
thing is beyond help.
Oh boy.
The crow's died. That's not a good sign.
I must make haste.
Right, but then you need to remind me how to get there because you took away... Wasn't it out this way? Oh, it's the child.
Douglas?
Oh, did you hurt the crow?
It's just a toy. It's no use to me.
Are you sure? I'll take whatever we can get right now. Small box. Hold on. Let's check out the rest of the... No laundry on the line anymore. If this is the third stone.
What's this?
No, the third stone's on his door.
A box. It's locked.
Yes, well, I have a key.
Mr. Shoulder, I got your note. Explain yourself. Curses.
He's not here again.
Use key on box.
The key fits.
Good.
Go.
There it is.
Damn it.
Peculiar stone.
There it is. Jordan. How's it going?
Hi, Jordan. This is a good time, dude.
We're on day 3. You've missed the day of annoying fetch quest. You've gotten to the day of probably spookiness.
So, spoilers abound, OBS.
Yeah, exactly. Let me put a link to the content warnings and the dramatis persona in the chat for you again, in case you want to catch up. More of the peculiar stones.
Wait. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was the 3rd man on my father's excavation?
We figured that out 2 days ago, Thomasina. Come on.
There's a note underneath.
My heart is his light. My heart is his heart. My light is his light. Oh, gosh. Oh, stone and note. All right, so we've got all 3, what we anticipate to be 3 stones now. Exactly like I said we would last night. And he's nowhere to be found. And I have no fast travel, so it's going to make me walk the long way again. Are we off to the barrow?
I mean, sure. Why not? We've been in identical soaking clothes for 2 or 3 days, so we're dead of hypothermia, if not by blood sacrifice, imminently.
There's the bunny. Come back.
It's just a toy.
It won't let us take the toy sword. What's the worst that could happen at the barrow, right? Okay. Now I have to remember how to get to the barrow.
It's time to excavate HOB'S. Lord Panswick's men will be waiting for me.
Fine, we'll go this way then. We're gonna check on the goat. There may be a goat jump scare. Oh, it's gone. The demon goat has run away. Okay, we're gonna go to the barrow entrance and then I'm gonna save.
Hello? Is anyone home?
Neither of them are home.
About 3 years ago, there was
He's
a
not answering.
Jude Law-fronted TV show called The Third Day about a guy who gets trapped on a small island which is only occasionally connected to the mainland via a tidal peninsula. And it's friendly and nice, and it becomes apparent after a while that he can't leave. And the end of the first episode is he is stopped from leaving. Second episode is an entirely different person showing up 6 weeks later and finding him working in the local pub with no memory of his time there. The original plan, and this was literally as the pandemic was breaking, was that the final part of this would be a huge national event where you could travel to the island and look around. As it stands, what they ended up doing was having, I believe, drone footage and different cameras, all of which was led up to the reveal that the island is run by a cult and he is being sacrificed. This has very strong that vibes.
They are. All right, here they
hey,
are.
lad.
Good morning, men.
Whose names I haven't
Thank you
learned.
for braving the weather.
Aye, miss. Little rain is no bother.
I like that guy. I hope he doesn't die.
May we start?
Yes, we've not a moment to waste.
I believe it was a show called The Third Day. I'll look it up for you.
Dun dun dun.
So, the excavation of HOB'S barrow began.
Finally.
Horace and his men learnt quickly
Horace.
and went about their work with care. We toiled for hours, rolling away great stones, removing mortar and masonry put in place by Father, Mr. Bryden and Mr. Shoulder. They had gone to great lengths to seal the barrow. I should have realized their efforts were not only to keep us out, but also to keep something contained within. Eventually, our careful application of pick, trowel and shovel gave way to open space. A stagnant, cadaverous odour was let forth.
Cadaverous odor.
A
Great.
beautiful turn of phrase.
Ooh, nice. I know, right, Hawkeye?
The seal was broken. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Folks, I am sincerely
Raising the
anticipating a
jump
jump scare and flashing imagery, so please be careful.
Splendid work, all of you.
I'll take it from here.
Step inside, miss. We'll be right behind you.
Thank you, Horace.
Oh, Horace.
Thomasina, come on.
Wait a moment longer.
Oh, honey.
Oh, my crate's here. That's nice. Flowers. Those purple.
Flowers? I can't get my head around this.
The Barrow Queen has breached the barrier. The seal is broken.
How could they possibly grow here?
I don't think they're growing. Yeah, she's about to get Montiliade.
Horace, come see this.
Oh, he ain't going in there. He's not stupid.
Horace?
Oh. Okay, hold on. Broken pottery, flowers. Let's pop our head out real quick, shall we? That'll go well.
Chaps?
And they're gone.
I've been abandoned.
Abandoned. Horace and Co. have departed. Oh, and she just automatically goes back in. You're lucky you weren't sealed in, lady. All right, let us imagine. Okay, let's. No site plan, no markings,
No lamp.
no
Water flags.
Come on, nothing. No, this is the most dynamite armchair dig I have ever seen. Come on.
Horace realized he is a black man in a horror story and decided to skip town.
Bless him. That is valid.
Go
Good
with
for
God,
him.
Horace.
Exactly. But come on. I've got no light. I've got no sight grid. I've got no assistant taking notes.
The last time I saw archaeology this slapdash was when I was hired to power wash ancient, recently unknown statues in Power Wash Simulator.
That's better than your reference. I was going to go with the Crystal Skull. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
That's legit too.
Column A. She's brought all of that equipment and used none of it.
Fairly standard Bronze Age pottery.
Okay. Bronze
Much to high
Age.
heaven, I'm afraid.
Thomasina, your working methods are what Lara Croft was taught not to do.
Not worth making note of. There are people who specialize in Bronze Age pottery shards. What are you doing?
A burial urn, perhaps, though there's no sign of ashes.
Hmm.
An unremarkable find.
Don't pick them. Please don't pick them.
Try as I might, these flowers are steadfastly rooted.
Thank God.
They are not budging an inch.
Interesting. Folks, Commerce is exerting herself. So before we do a little bit further exploring, I mean, I do have a lamp and all. Let's take a quick stretch break. I could use a water refill as well before we continue Dynamite Archaeology, the Victorian 101, and we will be right back. If you haven't moved or gotten up out of wherever it is you are ensconced since the stream started about an hour and a quarter ago, you should probably do so. Now is a good time to get a wiggle, get yourself some liquid, perhaps something to cuddle and or hide behind as the rest of this excavation continues, okay? We'll be back in 2-3 minutes. Hey everybody, welcome back and welcome to the Raiders. Let me put some stuff in the show notes for you. We are playing the excavation of HOB'S Barrow. We've just gotten to the spooky stuff at day 3. So
congratulations, you have arrived literally as we are excavating HOB'S Barrow.
You have jumped into the dived into the deep end of this. So let us repeat the content warnings for you. Common phobias, death and dying, horror themes, mental health and trauma. There have been some sexual themes, mostly a very poorly flirting Tory. There will be some sound effects and jump scares on occasion, socio-political themes, and violence. You can find more details, which may contain spoilers, at the link in the chat. If you haven't watched us streaming this game before, there are several previous installments available on the list in the chat, and we are keeping a running dramatis personae of all the various characters that we've encountered. So especially if you're new to the game and you don't know who people are, feel free to make use of that resource as well. There's a surprising number of characters in such a small game. But the titular barrow has now been opened, and all of our workers have run off and left us behind.
They literally went, here you go, miss. Yeah, splendid. I'm going to go in and pillage. Oh, I say, chaps, come take a look. And they've all just fucked
And they're
off.
all gone. Oh, here, I'll show you. Look.
Horace and company have departed, it would seem.
Okay.
Let's carry on alone.
I must carry on alone. I've looked at the pots and dismissed them as being insignificant. And there are all these flowers. So now I'm like, should we cut some flowers? Or let's try using our lantern.
My lantern is fueled and operational.
Yes, Thomasina, let's use it now, please. Use lantern with me. No? Okay, fine. I don't want to burn the flowers. That would be bad. Maybe let's try digging them up. We are an archaeologist, after all.
Let's see if I can cut them away.
Oh, I'm sure that won't go poorly. Me. Hey, Ember, let's go raid Alistair and Marguerite. Alistair and Marguerite. So we're in a horror barrow right now.
We're in a cave. We think there's some dead stuff in here with us. It's going to be dead good.
Let's see if we can cut away the flowers that are mysteriously growing in this underhand.
We do have a canoe.
I'll try that next, if that doesn't work. But I'm an archaeologist. I'm going to stick with tools of the trade. Let's start with the trowel. See how that goes. Okay.
Something has been boarded up here.
Oh Lord.
Oh gosh.
Oh crumbs.
There's rocks. We're going to move the rock away. All right, good. Let's move the other rock. I'm sure nothing will go wrong here. Okay, now we'll move the board. Can we not stand on the boards while we move them? I'm not trying to use the Baldur's Gate 3 camera commands anymore. I'm very proud of myself. There's going to be a body. There's going to be a jump scare. There's going to be something. And yes, and folks who don't recognize this voice, this is the same voice actress who plays Karlach in Baldur's Gate 3.
And also, just in case there's
but he doesn't like dance around and hum, which is
and also, just in case there's anyone in the chat other than me who listens to them, which I think is pretty unlikely, is ore in the current run of Torchwood audio dramas.
Yep.
Iron stakes have been driven through the boards.
That's very bad.
In place. I feel uneasy about what might lie beneath, but what choice do I have?
You have the entire rest of the world, Thomasina. You can take your sensible shoes and go, but no! Oh, listen to the music. It's gotten very... Let's try leaving again. Let's see if that works.
Horace and company have departed, it would seem.
It won't even let me leave anymore. I know.
Let's carry on alone.
Oh my gosh. I have no, like, claw hammer or anything to do any of this with. I'm just gonna rip them up with my bare hands.
Stakes at each end are keeping the boards in place.
I
can't remove the stakes with my bare hands. I'll need to pry them out with something.
I am reminded very viscerally of...
Trowel to the rescue!
A panel.
Trowel. This one has seen better days.
I saw a panel at a convention a few years ago with author Maurice Brodus. Maurice is black, his wife is white. And he said a friend of his gave them a
passage.
Novel to beta read. And the inciting incident is this family moved into a house, and one day there was an extra door in the front room, and Maurice handed it back inside a week, and the guy said, "So you finish it?" I said, "No, I got to this point and I'd leave." I just leave.
The end.
And his wife finished the book, and they had a long discussion about the difference. And he said, at least, in where he grew up, if some strange shit happened, you just went. You went like, "Oh, I wonder what's going to happen." No, no.
All right, shall we?
Father, I'm coming.
Oh my god! This woman, this is...
Doc, we do not have time to talk about my love for Lost of Spookies. Latinos.
Lost of Spookies is one of my favorite TikTokers in the whole entire world. Well, at least she's using a lantern. Okay. Traipsing through the dark. Traipsing through the dark.
Goddamn right.
I hope there's no...
Oh.
Oh, come on! Why did it flicker out? It's an oil lamp.
Oh god, it does.
Am I out of paraffin?
I can heal a heartbeat to the music.
Thank goodness.
Why did it do that? Why did it make a clicking sound?
Okay, first of all, how dare you?
Flowers. You're in a Fey realm. Don't eat anything. You're gonna die. Going so very slowly.
Keep expecting an eye to open behind you.
I hate this so much. I have all the lights on and oh, there's steps. Actual stone oh, that's not good. There's a little tiny bit of background sound going on right now. That's about it. Yes, I know this is going very slow, but I'm very scared. Is that a cliff? Or no, I'm just going behind stone and... What's in here? Oh, I don't like it. Right.
My lantern went out for good this time.
Oh, crap, no!
I had no choice but to venture forth into the darkness.
Yeah, you had every... redundancies that you know back up. Call a lifeline. Get out of here, girl. You're gonna die.
With each step, the passage narrowed in every conceivable way, until I was on hand and knee, crawling through thick clumps of vegetation.
My heart is like uncontrollable, and there's like, you're just soaking in this, aren't
The
you?
odor of that dank soil was somehow unnatural.
Unnatural.
I love Hole.
I crawled for an age, until I emerged in a cavern that seemed lit by the very earth itself.
Right? Sus! You are likely to be eaten by a grue. That's what's happening here. You got not a torch or a match in your inventory. Come on,
Well
girl.
done.
Look at her face. She looks a little pale and drawn. It's moving much faster now. Door and panels. Okay.
I think you're about to have to put stones in.
I think I'm about to do puzzles. It's okay, Wendy. I'm
Okay,
here.
Wendy, I'm not doing them.
Raiders, one of our stream mods, is currently working in another window, and so we are just reassuring her that Alistair will not be doing the puzzle this evening.
I have a lot.
I love when I see games saved. It's okay, Wendy. It's okay, Wendy. There's about to be a puzzle, but I am here.
This stone panel feels firmly affixed.
Firmly affixed.
This stone panel seems somewhat loose.
All right. Trusty trowel to the rescue.
The blade of the trowel is too thick to wedge between the stonework.
All right, fine. Chisel
I
time.
want a knife.
Chisel first.
Perhaps I can chip away at the edge of the stonework here.
Yes, because that's great archaeology, isn't it? Let's deface the site. Chat, I have used the phrase privy to in my difficult conversation TM prep notes. My boss isn't going to know what hurt her.
What have we here?
Oh, I broke my chisel, i.e. I no longer need it anymore. Oh, look. Would this perhaps be a panel to put some stones?
3 niches have been carved into the stone.
And I am holding 3 round rocks. Slot, slot, slot. Very well.
This stone...
Okay, it seems firmly fixed, but I have a knife, so can we do something about that?
No use. The knife will snap if I try any harder.
Right. Yeah, don't stick your hands in there. I learned that lesson the hard way about Skate 3. And then I redoed it because it was silly. Okay. All right, but now we have to figure out the order in which to put the stones, don't we? So, we must consult the book. Don't take the book, just read the book. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Previous. A place of miracles. A planted seed sprouted before our eyes and illuminated our path. Nature's laws hold a meaning here, but I did clutch at my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. That it shall end this. Rho, theta, epsilon. Was simply in the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7th something or other. Singularity of the characters. Hang on a second. I need notes. Hang on. Where's my trusty Baldur's Gate notebook? Come to me, Baldur's Gate notebook. Okay. So, rho, theta. I know theta. And but that's epsilon. Oh no, so the symbols are missing. So rho, theta, epsilon, xi, and we only have rho and theta. Rho, theta, epsilon, xi, and it says something about the singularity of the characters. And it's something about eyes. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. When the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. Still don't know what that means, but these symbols are interesting. I pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit. Okay, fine. A dead language reveals the path. Fine, weirdo. Okay, so hang on. Let's take a look at these stones, shall we? Because we got 3 of them. Here's Chicken Rock. Chicken. Hang on, I'm taking notes. So the chicken, they talked about the singularity of the character. So this is an I, an A, and a W.
Yeah, Grim, I think you have it.
And a star. I'm not even looking at the chat right now. I will get to it. And then we have the Serpent Rock, which has C, A, Z, and 3 stars. Okay, and then we have the Torso Rock, which has A, B, and then P, A. That's the only one that has duplicated characters. And it has 2 stars. Star times 2. So. All right, so if the singularity of the characters is to be believed, then we can ignore anything with an A in it. And that gives us, well, they all have A's in it. So that gives us an I or a W, a C or a Z, a B or a P, and 3 stars. So let's try the easiest combination first, which is in the order of the stars, and see what happens. So first, the one with 1 star is the chicken. The one with 2 stars is the torso. The one with 3 stars is the serpent. And something.
Click.
Okay, so that was over.
Do that first time.
The number of stars. 1, 2, 3. I don't think this is the last puzzle we're going to do with these stones, but that was my low-hanging fruit guess. I mean, if this was Baldur's Gate, I would have quick saved. But, there we go. Click or a trap, right? Good question. Aha! Now the panel on the other one has fallen off.
Incredible.
Letters on the notebook.
Okay, right? Another puzzle. So let's go back and look at our notebook again. Oh, look, I'm out of stones now. That's nice. Okay.
Puzzle master.
We found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7th, whatever the heck that word is. Okay, and then there was this whole, look, serpent and moon thing. And look, it has very conveniently for us, you will notice, interposed this over the puzzle itself. So if we take these half crescent moon shapes as the serpents, when the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. Sun and the 2 moons. So the serpent is here, obviously, in reference to the 2 moons, when that's a... so notice there's no A. Well, there's one A. And there's shapes here around these 2 spots. It's obviously...
This is Gnostic.
Say again?
This is Gnostic.
As in, like, Gnostic Gospels?
The
Gnostic?
Archontics refer to 7 demons. Of the 7 Archontic demons, the first is lion-shaped, the second is a bull, the third is amphibious and hisses horribly, the fourth is in the form of an eagle, the fifth has the appearance of a bear, the sixth that of a dog, and the 7th that of an ass, named Thathabaoth or Anoel.
Okay, well...
So it's possible that has no relevance at all to anything we're currently looking at.
Right. So... There are 4 rows here, and it ends in an M, but there's no M in any of the characters on the stones. So maybe I just push these? Let's see. No, that didn't do anything. Okay. Let me try something. So it says ignore. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to exit and come back because everybody knows that resets the puzzle. So I'm going to click the unique letters on the 3 stones in the order in which we put them in the other puzzle. So I'm going to do the I and the W from the chicken. Then I'm going to do the C and the Z from the serpent. And then I'm going to do the B and the P from the torso. And nothing happened. So that doesn't work. Okay, fine. Maybe I have to spell it out all the way with the repeat letters. So let's try. So that would be I, A, W, C, A, Z, A, B, P, A.
A clicking sound, but nothing happened.
Interesting. Okay. So something happened. Let's exit and see what happens. Did anything change over here? No. Ah, I got the order wrong. So I, A, W, A, B, P, A, C, A, Z. Let's try that. So I, A, W, A, B, P, A, C, A, Z.
Fucking how? How
Yay, but also it's all of the letters, again, in the star order. It does have a nice little sound. Okay, we're saving. Because glowing is bad.
The light.
Stop talking. I need to... No, you fool!
Oh.
It's just a matter of time before we got
come on
trapped,
now.
let's be honest.
We have arrived at the finding out phase of Thomasina's archaeological career.
Goodness me. There's nothing Bronze Age about this.
Really? That's your observation? Not the glowing purple flame? Not the fact that you're trapped in a Bronze Age site all by yourself? The fact...
Roman? Ancient Greek? No. This is something else.
I like the two arms, like brutalist Soviet architecture.
Yeah, Tin Can makes the point of strong bisexual nightclub vibes. If John Wick wanders past asking, for something a little spicy, I would not be surprised.
Yes. Temple, an incredible discovery. Memory save. Purple light bad. Okay. All right, so we've got one mural here. What have we got to just wait?
Pop.
Lots of things to investigate here. And there's water. Interesting. Let's start by looking at the murals.
The figure is holding a whip.
Okay. This one's holding some sort of
The
plants.
figure is presenting
Sheaf of
what
wheat.
looks like a sheaf of wheat.
Okay. Did I just pick up the
A
pot?
simple pot made of clay.
All right. Why did I pick it up?
Why did you touch that?
I don't know. What's in this box?
Try as I might, it will not open. There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps.
I don't have any keys, do I? But I have a
I should be
knife.
careful. The blade is...
That's nice. Can I use this?
I can't wedge it open with the knife.
Okay. So what's this? The vibe I'm getting from the mural is something of the earth and something of a tool here. So we might have to put something in the arms here. Let's examine the arms.
No movement there.
Okay. Probably no movement on this one either.
No movement there.
Yeah, it does have kind of a Cain and Abel vibe, right? I mean, welcome to kinky Victorian archaeology. All right, so there were a bunch more other pots here. Can I do anything with them? Or is it just going to say it's a pot?
There's nothing inside these. A beautifully ornate pot. This is the only one with a lid.
Maybe don't too late.
Oh, God.
It's sealed tight. There's something rattling round inside.
Dear sweet baby Jesus.
Can I drag it under the water? Okay, I got an idea. Okay, I'm detecting theories. Hold on.
This one has shattered to pieces.
Okay.
These are all empty.
Okay, so I've got water, I've got a box, a locked box, and a sealed pot. So let's take a look at this soil here really quick. It's dirt, Sam.
The soil feels as hard as rock, despite this damp environment.
Hint, hint. Fine, so come here. Go fill the pot with water. There we go.
I've collected some water in the pot.
All right. Try putting it in.
It's full of water.
Yes, try pouring it on the soil.
There is nothing there to water.
Not the point. Okay. Okay. Try using it with this.
Nope, that won't achieve anything useful.
All right, flood this then. Can I use it with the
Nope,
box?
That won't achieve anything.
All right.
No, that's not it. There is nothing there to water.
Nothing there to water is a clue. Makes me think there's got to be a seed around here somewhere that I need to do something with that I can grow that I can put there. I filled the pot with water and tried to water the soil, but it says there's nothing there to water.
Flowers?
Well, I don't have any of them. So let's try using my trowel with the soil and see what happens. Maybe if we just loosen it up a little bit.
I've broken up the soil. It's loose now.
All right, can I water it?
There is nothing there to water.
Okay, so I need some kind of seed, don't I?
What's
Fetch
in the
it
box?
in here. It's got a lock on it or something and it won't budge. Smash it
Some
open.
situations do call for brute force.
I was waiting for this.
There's something here, made of wood.
A crank.
It looks like a crank handle.
For the box?
For the door? Maybe for the box. Yeah, exactly.
A simple...
Let's try that. Da-dun, 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 da-dun.
fits in the hole.
Snore.
Hush.
Let's see if I can turn it.
Pop goes the weasel. Oh, great.
Cool, more glowing.
More glowing. That's exactly what I needed.
The box is full of...
Seeds.
seeds?
Totally called it. It's the flowers.
They glow in a most unnatural manner.
Like the flames in the torches! Right?
Yet I feel compelled to take some.
Of course I do. Glowing seeds.
Hey.
Come here.
Great, you guys. That's just...
There we are.
It's a little light gardening in this underground BDSM dungeon. Happy now? Watch them grow instantly. Ta-da!
Oh, beans.
Is that wheat? Oh!
Ow!
Am I dreaming?
That's bad.
The wheat is firmly rooted.
Yes, but I have a knife. Come on. Okay. So you go here, right?
It fits.
Yes, of course it does. So now I need a whip? I don't have a whip. It very much has fertility ritual vibes going on, doesn't it? There's nothing in here that's gonna make a whip. So I'm wondering if I have to put some kind of tool. I don't want to give up my trusty trowel. Let's try giving up the fiddle.
Let's see how that will help me.
Okay.
Shut up, Cloak.
You want this?
It fits, but something is not quite right.
Are you telling me I have to make a whip?
Fiddle and bow, left to me by the young... That's a peculiar idea.
Okay, well, I don't see you having any better ideas.
Cut the horsehair from the bow. Use the knife to cut the horse.
That's what I was trying to do. Let's see if I
Be
can.
careful. I can't see how that will help me.
Apparently not.
I do
Vines
not
on
wish
the wall. That's a good shout.
Yeah, maybe the vines on the wall. Maybe we're making a scourge, basically.
I've removed a portion of the root. I'll keep it.
Okay, can I have another portion of the root, please? One portion. Thank you.
It's a little crude, but I believe I've fashioned a whip.
Good grief. Okay. Let's see what happens next.
It fits.
Click. Oh, great. Let's go.
Well, there's no glowing. There's just the Stygian a bit.
Can I have the torch? Can I? Okay. Torch.
No torchy torch.
Give me the little torchy torch, please. No torchy torch. Oh, into the darkness again. Man, I know, Grim, right? Oh, man. Oh, crap. Now I need a map. Oh, no. Fuck you, plinth! There's a plinth. More broken. There. It's described as substance. Ew. Oh, my gosh. We're so late. Okay. Look at her face. She's like, the fuck? Where am I? What am I doing? we need to wrap up here, folks, right? We're supposed to stop streaming in about 10 minutes. So we've escaped the first horrible puzzle. We're now in a place where we might need, like, a map to keep track of where we are.
This is the grimmest fucking game of nightmare ever.
To do. The key to restoring my father's health lies somewhere beneath this burrow. Right? Okay, let's save. Weezer gonna die. Okay. We leave Thomasina in the middle of her caroning for the manager arc here. I'm so tempted to go poke around just for a second. Just be like, okay, this is the door we came out of.
Goodness me.
That's Herbert.
That's Herbert. That's the cat. No. What's in here? More murals. That symbol. And the goat. And a vessel. And some mysteriously lit candles. And a plinth. How did Herbert get down here? I bet you that Herbert is the hobgoblin. Substance. Ah! I'm just gonna peek in here. Ooh,
Incredible.
that's a puzzle.
No, none of this is improving.
This is a puzzle. There's so many puzzles. I'm not.
Hi, Enid.
Hi. I'm going back to where I was standing. We'll just load right here next time. Join us next week where we will be dealing with puzzles from hell in bisexual background lighting. Right. So, folks, if you aren't familiar with our streams, we're not going to send you to bed on Nightmare Fuel, having just experienced Nightmare Fuel. We're going to take a very quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to do some shenanigans, something lighthearted and funny to make you laugh so you don't go to sleep on Nightmare Fuel. So, if you need a little stretch break real quick, after that super intensity, by all means, but we'll take a quick content, what do we call it? Commerce? Quick interruption for commerce. And we will be right back with something funny that is not Nightmare Fuel. open the things. Hello, and we're back. What's up? What, the horrible purple temple we have discovered ourselves in?
The vibes were not immaculate.
Yeah, right. The goat is there, and the cat is there, and I'm waiting for the dead crow to be there. White women who ignore horror trope, red flags, and that story Alistair mentioned about the third door. Have you guys ever read This Is Your Intro to the Wednesday Night Stream? I don't know. What is this?
I currently do not have access to anything which will allow me to post to the stream, but if you want to look it up, the show is called The Third Day and was on HBO. I believe it's on streaming services.
I have no idea. This is not familiar to me. So, Ducky, can you take a look at that and see if it might make a good shenanigan for us in the future? For this evening, we have... Let's see. Where's my button? Here's the magic button. This is called I Ate 3 Eggs Every Single Morning for a Week. Here's what happened.
Oh, it's my Action Cookbook. Action Cookbook's a good time.
It's a house hunting story by Olivia A. Cole. Oh, interesting. Nice. I kind of want to visit the weird vibes Purple Temple, but I've accepted I would die quickly. It looks like a set piece from a John Wick movie. Like there's going to be a rolling balletic gunfight going through the background at some point, right?
I saw a description earlier in the week of how every John Wick movie is the same. He always goes into like a ramen place and goes, "Do you have something spicy?" And the guy's like, "Very good choice, Mr. Wick. May I recommend the house special?" And pulls an AR-15 out of a noodle.
The Solomie at the Continental is my favorite part of that movie, of that first movie. Bold, robust, just him with all of his German varietals. I was like, oh, that speaks to me. That speaks, though I do actually really like the tailor as well, about like, what kind of lining, how many buttons, how do you want your trousers broken? I'm like, yes, I wish it would happen this world. That would be delight. No, I don't. But I do, but I don't.
You are tremendously ethical. You would not do well in the world of John Wick.
I don't believe this shenanigan needs a content warning for house hunting. No. The one we are reading today is called I Ate 3 Eggs Every Single Morning for a Week. Here's what happened. And it's by Action Cookbook.
It's the off-season around these parts, and one of the essential things we do every off-season is revisit our diet and exercise. Healthy living and careful planning in April helps us balance out those full Saturdays, where we often wake up covered in tacky crumbs and high ABV craft beer cans at 3 a.m., having fallen asleep during an Oregon State late game. One of my biggest problems in the morning is eating a quick, healthy breakfast that doesn't leave me starving and raiding the candy jar by 10 a.m. The solution might be a familiar one. Inexpensive, easy to prepare, protein-packed eggs.
They're trendy again, as opposed to being the source of all evil.
I decided to commit to eating them every single morning for a week, foregoing my usual oatmeal smoothie or gas station burrito. Here's what happened.
So needless to say, content warnings, we're talking about food and dieting. Monday. Over the weekend, I picked up some farm fresh eggs from the stand at the local market. Sure, they're a little more expensive than the grocery store, but the bright yellow yolks have a richer, delicious flavor, and it's nice to know they're sustainably raised. I started simple and cooked them over medium with just a sprinkling of black pepper and minced chives, serving it over sprouted bread with half an avocado. Get out of my past. Outside, the dog barks skyward. By the time lunchtime rolled around, my normal mid-morning hunger pains hadn't materialized, and my energy level was great. So this week is off to a good start.
Tuesday. I was running short on time today, so I took a quick shortcut, breaking the eggs directly into the pan, giving a quick scramble with a fork, and dumping them right into a coffee mug to eat on the go, so I rushed out for my 8 a.m. planning meeting.
Heathen.
Locusts covered the branches of every tree. This simple life hack saved me from derailing my healthy week early. I could have ended up on the fast food path quickly if I had not committed myself to this challenge, and it really didn't take any more time than the drive-thru would have. As I crossed the river, the water seemed choppier than usual.
Wednesday, hump day. Why not spice up midweek, I figured, so I carefully laid poached eggs over a black bean salsa with a dollop of fat-free sour cream for a quick south of the border jaunt. We heard the coasts were lost before the television signal cut for good. The fear in the announcers' faces was human, but unbecoming of professionals, I thought. The skies had been a foreboding gray since daybreak, but the streaks of red that crisscrossed them now gave the impression of an oil painting. An oil painting of a bloodied hand dragged across a chalkboard. I took a picture. The local weatherman loved viewer-submitted photos of interesting clouds. I chuckled to myself. The weatherman is dead. Turmeric can add a lovely bright color to your eggs and is a natural anti-inflammatory.
Thursday, I had hard-boiled some eggs the previous evening, so I chopped those up and mixed them with diced celery and low-fat Greek yogurt for a healthy spin on egg salad. I was out of pepper, but egg salad just doesn't taste right without. Perhaps the neighbours have some. Their rear door was open and croaked lazily on its hinges, swayed by the dusty wind that whipped through the bare trees. I found the neighbours in the kitchen. Who could blame them for having taken the easy way out? Perhaps I would come to envy their resolve. A dash of Tabasco's lighter green chili sauce brightened the salad's cool crunch.
Friday. We would need our strength if we were to make it to the Gulf before winter. Luckily, eggs were packed with omega-3s, selenium, and B12. I cracked them with one hand directly into my mouth, one by one. A trickle of egg white ran down my chin. I saw no reason to wipe it away. They would be here soon, and appearances would not matter.
Saturday, we stayed off the highways. The visibility was too high, the roads too fast. You could be swept up at a moment's notice. There would not even be time to react before they took you. The old freight rail tracks led south along a safer path. There would be no trains to dodge there. The Waffle House sign was dark, the facade charred, the windows all shattered, but in the back, amidst the looted remains, found a carton of egg whites overlooked by the scavengers. Poured into an old hubcap and cooked over the open flame of a cracked gas line, they would give enough strength to persist. When travelling, don't assume your routine has to fall apart. Healthier options can be found at most chain restaurants these days. Do your research before hitting the road. The dull flash of lightning through the clouds was our only illumination along the way.
The most terrifying thing in this thing so far has been the idea of a closed Waffle House. Sunday. There were no more eggs. Nor would there ever be. Were there even days anymore? Would I know when one rotation of our damned planet gave way to the next? When the sun and stars and moon, long a memory? I stood ankle deep in the eerily still waters, their surfaces slicked with oil. My abs felt flatter, having started each day with 21 grams of high-quality protein, and my legs showed new definition from the hundreds of miles of walking. It will be a long time before this off-season is over, I said aloud. No one was there to respond. I walked deeper, out into the water. For more information on eggs, visit the American Egg Board's informative website.
Action Cookbook is a good time.
Oh, that was lovely. And then you scroll down and you see sponsored content. How much belly fat? Do this before bed. I'm like, well done. Good vibes. Very good vibes. Like I would watch an Oregon State game. Please.
I myself attended UC Berkeley. Go Bears.
Go Bears. All right. Not perhaps the Chuckle Fest we were looking for, but maybe slightly
nothing
less.
was purple.
Nothing was purple. Not even the eggs, right? Exactly. All right, let's tell folks some good stuff about what's coming up this next week.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. You can see us next on Friday when The Full Lid, our frequently award-nominated pop culture newsletter, will go live at 5 p.m. Still technically BST. The clocks haven't shifted quite yet.
Not
right?
quite yet.
It just feels that way. Then on Sunday, we will be back with more Stray Gods, the
Which
Greek
is
God
so
role-playing detective
delightful.
musical.
It is so wonderful. And I already know I need to play it multiple times with multiple paths and multiple, romantic pursuits. And kind of not sure what's going to happen next.
Me neither.
To be honest. Oh, that's right. We're in Dina's office.
Yes.
Oh, crap. That's not going so well. It's a very good time. The music is wonderful. Stray Gods is really fun. We hope you can join us. And then we will be back here on Wednesday for more venturing into this purple hell.
Alone in the Dark with a Goat.
Alone in the Dark with a Goat. Also, there may be a cat. The cat may also be a demon. We're not sure. We'll find out next week.
Come join us as Thomasina Bateman shows no focus and scientific
preservation instincts.
What's
the preservation instincts of a Victorian woman, which is to say, not a drop, which is a very good time. I spoiled myself some of the Path of Stray Gods, and I'm excited to see you take any of them. I have no idea how many different ending combinations there are, so I'm looking forward to it. And then, more importantly, I'm looking forward to being able to listen to the soundtrack and not spoil myself on anything that's coming up, which would be good. And I still need a plushie Asterion for sure.
Yes.
Because he's so woo-woo. He's
Never
so
eaten anyone.
cute.
Sarcastic.
Anyone requiring to not be nightmare fuel, please enjoy this doggo. Yes, let us take a look at the doggo. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
No! Don't put the hot dog in the... Oh!
no,
Doggy, this
Father,
is very
no, Father.
sweet. Okay, can I don't think I can share this, but please enjoy, please, I clicked the wrong button. Please do check out the link that has been made in the chat because it is a delightful palate cleanser and I will listen to it with the sound up as soon as we close off the stream. That game's decision tree seems enormous and recursive, right? I'm wondering how many final end states there are. Speaking of final end states,
17,000?
oh, yeah, there are 17,000 end states in Baldur's Gate 3. Let that just sink in your brain. 17,000. Good grief. But no, I was talking about the fact that we are a mere 3 or 4 weeks away from
Slay the princess. Slay the princess.
the full
Slay
release
the
of Slay the
princess.
Princess, and we're very excited. But we got a few weeks left. We have a few weeks left to get through the purple hell and live and find the happily
We
ever
are
after.
pretty sure. I think we're killing this off next week, and if not the week
Really?
after. I think so.
I don't know. There's many puzzles and so much more could go wrong. Let's be honest. We'll have to figure out what's happening. On the not nightmare fuel front, I've been editing for my show, and at one point, Alistair's character is calling for someone called Guillermo, and I'm like 90% sure his instinct was to say Guillermo del Toro, and it made me very
100%. That was
happy.
absolutely what was in my mind.
Guillermo, stop.
Also, Hawkeye, you do one of my favorite things, which is you have a group of characters, one of them makes a suggestion, and the others give the same answer at the same time in a manner that suggests this conversation has happened before.
I like it.
And I really like that.
Yes. So, welcome to Almost War Christmas, folks. All the good spooky content is coming our way shortly. But we have run over, and Wednesday is going to turn into a pumpkin who needs to stop working and go to bed now. So we will wrap things up here.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I've been Alistair.
I'm in Marguerite.
And this has been fucking terrifying. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night.